Ever had that game that you played when you were younger that just made you feel like that game was an absolute masterpiece? That when you come back to it, the game's not as good as you remembered? Okay, cool. But that's not today's video.
One!
Hey. Today, for this episode on Let's Review, we're taking a trip down memory lane to see if, you read the title, Sonic Heroes, one of my all-time favorite games, still holds up. So without further ado, let's review Sonic Heroes. I love the Sonic franchise. It established high-speed action platforming, which is still found in the games of today. Throughout the years, they try to implement speed in many different ways, and I feel like it was done really well in Sonic Adventure 2, and I think Sonic Heroes touches on that as well. But we'll get to that later. Right now, we gotta open that game up. First thing you see when you open the game, the menus, they just scream nostalgia, while also sort of screaming at me, this is a futuristic kind of vibe to it, which I really enjoyed. But without further ado, let's get into the single player. That's what you're here for, right? So hop into there and then, whoa! Is that a robot? That's right, this game has a team-based gameplay that each has 3 different playstyles. Speed characters, as the name suggests, blast of the stages with high speeds and some cool techniques. Flight characters help fly through each stage, and the power characters help fight through all enemies. That is the basic of understanding of how the gameplay is done. We'll get more into depth on that later. As you see here, Sonic isn't the only one with a team. We also have Shadow, Amy, and Vector. Each team plays somewhat differently. Team Sonic is the regular run of the stages, offering fun and a little challenging parts. Team Dark is a harder version of the Sonic stages. Team Rose is a more simplified version of each stage to get more younger players to also have fun with this game. And lastly is Team Chaotix. They offer a mission-based system of each stage where they have to collect different things such as a certain amount of rings or lighting a certain amount of torches in a stage. Let's talk story. This is everyone's part, I think. Now, each team has a different motivation for why they teamed up. Team Sonic gets a message from Eggman that in 3 days he's going to take over the world.
In 3 days, I'll conquer the world. Think you can stop me?
Yeah, some games somehow manage to do that in 1 day, but that's for later. I really don't want to get into that, please don't. And the good people that they are, they team up to go after him. Team Dark decide to work together as they want to either kill Eggman or just find out about their past. Team Rose is on the hunt to find their missing friends, Chocola and Froggy. And Amy really wants to find Sonic for some reason. Team Chaotix, well, you see, they need to pay their rent when Chomny bursts into the room with a walkie-talkie saying that if they do a job for the person on the other side, they will get paid handsomely. And throughout the story, some teams will interact with each other, stopping all the robots under Eggman's control, all leading to them to the final fortress, where they fight the Egg Emperor. But how do we get there? Well, let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is as you'd expect any Sonic game to be. Collect rings, go to checkpoints, and defeat the badniks that get in the way. The game follows a linear progression of go straight, but that doesn't stop Sonic Heroes from being a fun game. I mean, this is a team game, so there are more ways than one to get through the stage. Speed characters have a spin dash, a tornado attack that helps certain pull sections, and of course, they have the homing attack. They also have the triangle jump. It's basically a wall jump, it just looks cooler, or I like the name a lot better than wall jump. Flight characters take the other characters and form a totem and begin to take flight. Though the flight doesn't last that long, in some stages you can get things that can help you keep the flight up. But don't think flight is the only thing they can do. They can also shoot the other characters at enemies to stun them, and when they don't have anyone else, they can throw rings that also stun them, leaving you to have a chance to strike. Power characters, well, they're quite self-explanatory. They are the muscle of each team, but since it is a team game, stay with me here, I still kind of find this part funny. They use the members as gloves, maybe even put them in their mouth. It's really weird, but they will punch through everything with them, and some power characters even throw the other team members to the ground with all their might. They also have the ability where they can do the triangle thing, or on these large fans you can float up with the power of friendship. But there's one more thing that friendship can do for your team. When you collect enough rings, or use any of their abilities, there's a meter at the top that builds up, and when that's filled, you can use a team blast attack. Some can give invincibility, stop time for a little bit, give you lots of rings, but it's basically a stage wipe, or just kill all the enemies that are in front of you. The game follows a regular Sonic formula, a general stage idea with 2 stages around that idea, ending in a boss battle with either Eggman himself or a horde of badniks called the Robot Carnival. Each stage has a very interesting gimmick, like vine swinging or teleporting orbs, or whatever they do, but as with every game, there are some bugs. The vines not working on you. You might be thinking, well, what's the matter with the vines? Well, you see, the vines are introduced as a little kind of platform swing challenge earlier in the stage in the Lost Jungle. But at the very end of the stage, there is a long path of them. That's not that bad, but when you realize that there's a giant alligator behind you that is chasing you, and the vines can get so buggy that if you swing forward, you might not even go forward at all, you might just fall off or go backwards, and then you fall to your doom, and it's just so... Sorry about that, I'm still not quite used to this game review. It's been a while. Alright, anyways. There's also a key in a cage on each stage. If you take this key to the end of the stage without taking damage, you will be sent to one of 2 bonus stages. One where you chase after Chow for extra life and points, and of course, one where you chase the Chaos Emeralds. Collect all 7 and something great will happen. This is if you can get them. Each emerald gets harder to catch, so good luck with that. And after many encounters with Eggman, the Sonic heroes reach his final stand, the Egg Fleet. Do I have many things to say about this stage? It's incredible! Most Sonic games end with Eggman making some sort of aircraft, but this, I just can't take my eyes off of it. This really feels like Eggman is trying to take the world over. The Egg Fleet takes you through many ships that will stop at nothing to take you down, using many cannons that they have installed on the main decks, as well as all the badniks in the way. You're going to be traversing many of these fleets, and this level ends off with blowing up one of Eggman's largest ships, and entering the last stage, the final fortress, which is a little disappointing compared to the Egg Fleet, but the big laser at the end is still really cool. And every team ends their story fighting Eggman's strongest mech, the Egg Emperor. To this day, it's still rather difficult to fight him. He really likes to charge at when you're too far away from him, and he shoots these vertical and horizontal slashes. That's basically his moveset. But once he's down, congratulations! You have beaten Sonic Heroes. As one of the 4 teams, you get a different ending. Team Sonic congratulate each other for a job well done when Amy shows up chasing Sonic. Team Dark ends off their story with Omega and Rouge finding a warehouse of Shadow clones, making them wonder if Shadow really is the real one or not. Team Rowan's ends their story off finding Froggy and Chicola. where Eggman the entire time. It's really weird. And Amy chases Sonic. Team Chaotix break into a control room to find the real Eggman was trapped inside. When asked for payment, he refuses to pay them out right there, saying he'll pay them when he conquers the world. And he gets stung to death? I'm not sure. But if you thought the game is over, you're sorely mistaken, my friend. Once every story is complete, you unlock the last story. You see, all those encounters with Eggman wasn't actually him. It was actually Metal Sonic. Sorry, Neo Metal Sonic. Fighting all the Sonic heroes like dead on them. And Metal Sonic shows himself to everyone and transforms into one of the coolest final boss designs in the series. Or maybe I just have a kind of edgy sense of coolness. The Metal Madness. But unless you have collected all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, you can't beat him. You can't even do the last story mode. But obviously, you're here to beat the game, so of course you got all the Chaos Emeralds. So, everyone works together to beat Metal Sonic once and for all. This boss fight starts off with Team Dark, Team Rose, and Team Chaotix fighting him while he's still immobile, hitting his glowing sidekicks when it changes to a certain character color. This part's kind of difficult. I wouldn't really say it's hard, but it's just really annoying when sometimes your characters are very slippery and they sometimes fall off the stage, or he just hits you in a very dumb spot and you fall off the stage yourself. But after 3 different teams taking him down, they beat him, but they were too late as he breaks out, becoming the Metal Overlord, and he takes to the skies. It is now up to Team Sonic to finish him off. With the power of teamwork and the Chaos Emerald, Sonic transforms into Super Sonic and takes Tails and Knuckles with him to finish Metal Sonic off. It's so cool. With one of the best themes in the game, What I'm Made Of, it just takes this battle from a 10 to an 11. You know, it's your standard Super Sonic fight. When you run out of rings, you're dead. But obviously there are rings scattered across the stage and you can keep collecting to stay up. But to hit Metal Overlord, you're gonna have to use your team attack. But he won't go down without a fight. He throws some of the fleets at you, as well as missiles and ice to freeze you. But once you hit him 3 times with your team attack, he is defeated. After you beat Metal Overlord, everyone says their goodbyes and go their separate ways. Sonic tells Metal he'll see him some other time or something. I don't really remember. It's some generic Sonic line, and runs off. With Tails and Knuckles by his side, they run off to their next adventure. And that ends the story of Sonic Heroes. Overall, Sonic Heroes was a very fun and enjoyable time. Though a small portion of this game didn't age as well as I remember it did, it was a blast to come back to this game after not playing it for a few years. In case you guys forgot, I give games ratings, right? So, in my opinion, Sonic Heroes is a solid 8 out of 10. It's still, to this day, very good game. One of the best games in the series, I think. And I can't wait to get to talk more about the Sonic series later on in Let's Review's lifetime. For now, that's all. Hope you had fun watching. And this is StabageTheCabage, signing off. Till next time.